Hey, this is Matt with My Florida Homebuyers, and today I'm standing outside of a house that we just purchased here in Paisley, Florida. This is in Lake County on the southern edge of the Ocala National Forest. And it's just a little pink house here, sits on about an acre of land, and it's actually on a lake, so it's lakefront. I'll show you the lake in the back in just a sec here. But I actually haven't been inside the house, so I figured it'd be a good time to shoot a video, and we'll find out what the inside looks like together. So let's take a look. Now, one of the first things you'll notice with this house is just how overgrown everything is. My guess is it's been vacant for quite a while. In fact, you can't even get down the driveway with the trees that are hanging down in the driveway. You can see my truck back there. But walking up here, yeah, very overgrown. You can also see over here there is a shed that looked like it tried to either get stolen or maybe it tried to blow away. But all the contents of the shed are out here on this carport, and all of that will probably end up being thrown away. So this is the front of the house here. A lot of junk piled outside. This was an estate situation, so the lady that owned the house actually passed away, and it actually went to foreclosure, which is how we ended up with it. So this is the little front porch area here. You can see there's a lot of stuff in here. And just walking inside the house here, first thing you notice is it's very, very dark in here. I've got a flashlight somewhere. And then also the interior walls are block. There's no drywall or anything. There is some paneling here on these walls here, but for the most part, everything is block walls. So usually you see that in like a low-end apartment complex. But so this looks like a bathroom here, kind of outdated, but in relatively good shape. Looks like it's straight out of the 60s or 70s when the house was built. There is some mildew on some things just because the AC hasn't been running. I guess this would be a bedroom. Kind of interesting ceiling here too. So we've got a water heater in the closet down here, and another switch with a note that says "Do not move." So if you remember in one of my other videos, there was a switch, well, several switches like that in another house in Altoona, and it turns out I moved it and nothing happened. So there's no power on here though, so I can't see what happens with it. This will be like the living room area here, I believe. Not sure if that's a fireplace or what. Yeah, it looks like it's a fireplace that's been covered up. See what we can find over this way. All right, looks like we're moving into the kitchen. So here's the kitchen here, pretty basic. Older cabinets. Just kind of something you would expect in an older house out here in Paisley, out here in Lake County. It would be good for somebody who just kind of wants to get out here and get away from things. Kind of reminds me of like a hunting cabin a little bit, if that makes any sense. So that's the kitchen and the dining room there, I guess. And then this looks like the piece that they added on. So this might be a bedroom. There is a bed frame here, so somebody was using it as a bedroom. It looks like there is a bathroom off to the side here. Yeah, just a little bathroom with a shower here over in this side, and doesn't look like there's much going on otherwise. Very strange to see the block walls on the inside. But I guess that's how they did it back in I think this house was built in 1962. So there is a water spot on the ceiling over here where it looks like water has come in. The roof is not in very good shape. Just from looking at it, it looks like it is definitely seen better days. So I'm gonna figure out how to get out of here and go out to the backyard, and I will show you the rest of the property and the lake. All right, so walking around the back of the house here, one of the other interesting things about this house is that the lot is very narrow. You can see here's the house here, and here's the neighbor's fence line here. So we've actually got to get some equipment back here to haul off a lot of this junk, and it's going to be a pretty tight squeeze to get through that space between the fence and the house. So we'll see how that goes. This is the back of the house here. You can see it's seen better days. Lots of stuff to get cleaned out. A lot of junk laying around. You've got these two sheds here. Two more sheds. There's already the shed out front, but there's two sheds here that are full of stuff that need to go. Yeah, this is the back of the house. So I'll take you down here to the lake in just a second, but that's what it looks like out the back. Now it is like a pie-shaped lot, which is why it's so narrow in some spots. As you can see there's the neighbor's house here, and the other neighbor's fence is just on the other side of those sheds. So, which is fairly typical of lakefront properties. Usually you know, as many people who want to get on the lake, typically the property lines are kind of narrow and the houses sit closer together. But let's walk down here. You can kind of see the lake here right out the back. It's only a small strip of land that actually connects to the lake, because they are all kind of pie shaped. But it looks like a pretty decent lake. It's not one of those lakes that dries up and goes away when we don't have rain. It's a legitimate lake here, so should be a nice little spot for somebody. And here's the lake here. You can't really get in there because there's a gate with a lock on it, but there is a dock back over there, and there's this piece of fence along here. But we'll get that all cleaned up so that you can actually walk down to the lake and make it look real nice. So yeah, that is about it for this house here. Like I said, it was an estate. The lady passed away, and then it ultimately went to foreclosure, which is how we got it. So we'll get started working on this one, get it all cleaned up, and get it resold. All right, so that's it for this video. If you have a house to sell anywhere in Lake County, anywhere in Central Florida, it can be in great condition or it can be in not so great condition like this house here. We'd be interested in making you a cash offer on it. It's a no obligation cash offer. You can take it or leave it. We'll pay you cash. We'll close in as little as 2 weeks. It's a guaranteed closing, and you basically don't have to do anything or clean up anything, or like I said, we buy stuff that looks like this, so your house is probably not that bad. So if that sounds like something that's appealing to you, if you'd like to get a cash offer on your house and not deal with the real estate agents and the repairs and the financing and all that, just go on our website, myfloridahomebuyers.com. Just fill out the information there on the web form and submit your information to us. We'll take a look and we'll get in contact with you and get the ball rolling on your cash offer. So again, my name is Matt. I'm with My Florida Home Buyers. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you on the next video.